Hello Guild, Laramie here. So every guild has challenges to overcome, and recently we've encountered some. This doesn't mean that we're disbanding or doing less. In fact, this means we'll be doing more. So what I want to talk about in this video are the challenges that we've encountered as a guild, and even more importantly, the solutions we'll try to implement. I'm not, really want to go on bitching without coming up with a solution, so here's our best attempt. The guild was graced with some really excellent, enthusiastic minds, and the solutions that I'm going to present to you are inspired by members like Erican and Willem, who are both familiar with more PvP combat, RP combat, things like that, so they really took the time to put in a lot of effort to help me out with this. I made some final decisions about a lot of things, and I really hope to see that progress is made. So let's take a look at the challenges and the solutions that we came up with. Firstly, the verbiage that we're going to be using to describe our guild and our goals was the old verbiage was really confusing to newcomers. Words like applications and Gilneas RP made it sound as if you had to provide your social security number for a one-time town RP, and of course neither of those things were true at all. So now we're changing our verbiage so that we're more clear. From now on, all of our RPs will be referred to as campaigns, no matter how long or how short they are. We'll host campaigns with different themes every day, so you'll not be losing out on a busy calendar. We'll still have all of that available. We were finding that a large portion of our demographic is familiar with D&D and tabletop RPGs and can associate the word campaign with, long-term or, a story broken into sections. So since we don't prog RP in this guild, a campaign is far more accurate a word, even if it is a campaign that's easy to leave and come back to. So now that we have campaigns, naturally with campaigns you have character sheets. And from now on, we're going to offer, instead of an application process, a character sheet. You're new to the guild, you want to RP in a campaign, just give the GM your character sheet online. I've had members with real potential look at me like I was stupid for asking them to apply for something on a video game. It's just a game, they'd say, why do we have to do all of that? And truthfully, a lot of successful RP guilds require you to apply in some way. There's a huge reason why that's important. We need to be able to log in, see who's coming along for the campaign that day, and know exactly what kind of character is coming along with us, what skills do they have, languages, and things that only the GM should know about, that no one else should know. With over 100 people, this needs to be written down. Also when I see a new person's character sheet, I can see what interests them, if they have special needs that I need to be aware of as a GM. And when they're available to play. So this stuff does help us respect your time and hard work, so please do it. As we really take anyone with a genuine interest in RP, this is less of an application and more of a character sheet, so we're going to refer to it thusly. Next, we ran into the challenge with the guild uniform. There's been an issue where people are hyper-focused on their transmog, and being behind on your transmog became one of many excuses to not actually RP. This is an RP guild and not a fashion contest. Your outfits don't speak to your ability to actually RP, so I'd rather people just show up. Our solution to that is that there's no longer a guild uniform for most campaigns. The only campaign in which you will ever have a uniform is the military campaign. There will be a training uniform issued for any military sections of the guild, which you will grow out of, and then you will be allowed to dress according to a color scheme. Those uniforms will be issued to you by guild leadership, and then you'll be expected to wear it during the campaign until you gain rank within the military. And I'll be working that out with Erican, and she'll make amends to the forum posts and things like that, and you'll be able to refer to those. Recruiting was another concern. There was a huge demand for in-character interviews, but the people volunteering to do them didn't understand what exactly the goal of our guild was. So according to numbers, we had about a 2-week span where we'd gain new members only to lose 80% of them within a 3-day span because they had no idea what they were doing in the guild. New people were being misinformed about our RP style, our goals, our rules. I think about 6 or 7 people either left or were kicked because they were not told about our rules within Elwyn Forest, and that is not counting the alts that they brought with them. So that really did impact us. The rest just misunderstood our goals. I don't believe in in-character interviews. People think that it's more RP friendly to have them, but ultimately it's a very forced interaction, and people truly do see how artificial it is. RPers love to walk around the Cathedral District to show off their transmog and to have their ego inflated. And what it does is allows lazy RPers to wander and get RP time in with people that they probably won't actually join with. The conversation in the end often turns to an out-of-character conversation about perks 30 minutes in anyway. You know, so there are 2 recruiters to every 5 people wanting to ask questions the length of eloquent paragraphs. You know, so it's a waste of time. I'm telling you this from experience. And any RPer worth their salt is going to be concerned with whether or not their character actually fits into the guild that they're interested in. So they'll have a lot of out-of-character questions that they'll ask you. You know, like, do you think my character will fit? What kind of theme is your guild? See, my mage is a highborn, but she's also this. Is that going to fit? Is that okay? So all of that work, and they just slip out of character, and you have to refer them to our website, right? So they just need to look at our website, look at all the campaigns. If they find that it's a fit, they can present their character sheet, and if everything works for them, we can meet them in character if they want their character inducted in characterly. So, you know, there has been an event for that the whole time called the Welcome Event. But guess what? All of these people wanting to provide the public with an in-character welcome never showed to the Welcome Event. So what I will do is form a public relations team to come with me, who will meet with characters with approved character sheets and bring them into the guild in characterly during the Welcome Event. I've been offering this for a long time, since the founding of the guild, and all of the people complaining had to do was look at the calendar and show up. That's all. You know, but I can't tell you how many times I've had a welcome event for a new person, you know, 2 or 3 people, and it's been only me showing up, just me, the GM, trying to say, but really though, the guildies are truly super happy to have you join us, you know, and I haven't complained about this duty. I've taken it in stride. I feel it's really important and I'm happy to do it, but I will challenge your complaints with an invitation to step up. And if you don't, then you've shown your ass. So be the kind of guild member that you'd want to have on your side. I've since thinned out our roster of extremely inactive members, level 15 or below, like level 57 Death Knights as well. I've removed or bid farewell to the folks who were here under the wrong impression, and so now it's time to recruit macros, not standing in the Cathedral District. Restrictions for minimum activity have changed. Unless you inform me of deployment or a leave of absence, I will reserve the right to remove you after 2 months of inactivity. Will I kick you? Maybe, maybe not. You know, but I will reserve the right to do so if I need to. If you want to come back and you're not on the ban list, just ask for an invite, you know? No hard feelings in the slightest, seriously. By the way, if you're leadership and you just bail on the guild without a word, you may very well be placed on the ban list. And I've done it before. And this ban list is shared with other GMs, by the way. The RP community is small, and we don't like dealing with tantrums, so keep that in mind. If you can't pay for your subscription and you go inactive, that's fine. Just come chat with us in Discord, play some Hearthstone, or, you know, add somebody on Steam or something. You know, we're gamers. We like to play games with people that we're familiar with. So you don't have to cut ties with us just because you aren't playing WoW right now. We had another issue where it wasn't clear who guild leadership was, and that's going to change. We're getting rid of the title Shifty Mentor and replacing it with a new attainable title, Court Council. The current members of the Court Council, my alts, all of my alts, will be retitled as GM alt. So now you'll be able to be in the Court Council, and it's no longer a placeholder title. You'll be able to apply to be a Court Council member, meaning that you'll be a member of my right hand, so to speak, the highest amount of responsibility a member can get. I'll lay out the requirements for that position on the website, and you can see me in-game or on Discord if you're interested in doing that. The nature of being an ambassador is going to change. While many of us are drawn to race-specific RP, it spreads us far too thin, and no one's been showing up to the race-specific ambassador meetings except for the ambassadors. With Legion coming up upon us, it's more appropriate that the ambassadors meet according to class, at least for the time being. Night Owls are more popular, Gnomes not so much, so doing it all this way will keep people from, feeling left out just because nobody wants to play Gnomes or something. Our last challenge was an attendance problem with the casual social events. They were getting stale and repetitive for people who showed up every week, so we're going to get rid of them. Things like Kara dinner parties will be replaced by campaigns with a storyline that's easy to leave and jump into if you are bored one day. A new section on the website will be opened up and you'll be able to look at all of the campaigns. So instead of eating together 5 times a week, we will have a traveling brewery one day, a questing campaign for Lore Master another day, a crime or dark campaign another day, the Tunnel Hydras biker gang. Tunnel Hydras rule, harass people, pickpocket them, do something. And the Gilneas campaign on the weekends to build the guild lore. So you won't be losing any content, it'll just give more variety to each event, so if you attend every week, you aren't going to be bored to death. We'll also be drafting up a D20 system for PvP and NPC combat to replace our old system so that old content becomes a challenge. More of Azeroth will be our playground, and your inability to farm game gear won't interfere with your ability to defend yourself from another player while in character. The parameters of this is in the works and will soon be introduced. And all of these new changes will be applied before the end of the month, and the website will be updated by then to reflect them. So this video was to give you all a heads up, so that way you're not shocked when the changes are made. This should give you enough time to ask questions and be on board by October 1st. I'm sure there are people who are not going to watch this or read it, so I'll be flooded with questions after October 1st when the website changes. If I am slow to respond to them, please keep in mind that I'm only one person so far, and I will do my best to get back to you. The last thing on the agenda is, don't forget that we have the selfie screenshot contest. Another 15 days left of that. Oh, what was the theme? Rare NPCs. All right, so get those submitted to me. You should be able to submit them either the Tumblr or Discord or Gmail or the website. Okay, so be good to each other, guys, and I'll be around if you have any questions.